I'm Jim Hall. I'm farming here on the outskirts of Kilkenny City. We're making about 170 cows here on a split calving system. During calving, you would be concerned for safety. Springtime in particular, you're trying to get the spring work done outside the yard and you're trying to get your cows calved safely, and it can be tiresome as well at times. I personally myself had a near miss. I was attacked by a cow actually out the field, and for luck my father was with me at the time, and I went up just to check the calf, and another cow had actually taken to the calf, as they say, and she attacked me from the side. She caught me blindsided, and but for there was someone with me, I wouldn't like to think of what would have happened. For that reason, I suppose we make safety a priority here around calving time. Before the calving season commences, it's basically we just do a check and make sure all the gates are secure, make sure all the lights are clean all the outside lenses on the lights, make sure we have supplies of everything that we need in terms of straw, that you're not creating work for yourself running off to get this stuff in the middle of the calving season. And in terms of the facilities, just make sure all the gates are secure, that if there's any worn hinges or loose bolts or any of that kind of thing, just don't be doing that kind of stuff in the middle of calving season. Make it as easy as you can, I suppose. Over the years, I suppose we've adapted and made sure that we have safe facilities. So we have the likes of, we have a little crush for looking after the cow immediately post-calving, and we also have a headlocking gate if a cow needs assistance. Most of our cows calve unassisted in a large group pen, and then in order to milk the cow, we run them into a little small head gate. And we also have a calving gate, as it's called, in the calving area if we actually have to assist the cow during calving. So in the calving area, we were able to lock the gates on both ends. So when we are actually doing something with a freshly calved cow, we try and keep out dogs in particular. Cows just react to dogs. Quite as the cows can react to dogs to perceive a dog as a threat. We always make sure that dogs are kept inside. It's when you kind of get into that second, third or fourth week of calving where you've been up continuously at night, or where you're just been busy and you're trying to get field work done as well, to get fert out and slurry out and looking after freshly calved cows. And I think fatigue is the biggest issue, and I suppose that's something we just have to try and make sure, if we can at all, to maybe get someone to keep an eye on the cows at night time for us, just so we can get a few hours unbroken sleep. Broken sleep is the killer. A number of years ago here we installed a calving camera on the farm, and they have become very affordable, and it's controlled on the phone, so you can, no matter where you are, even lying in bed, you can just turn on the phone, and also because it's on an app, other family members, or I've heard cases of people with family members abroad in different time zones watching cows during the night time, which is God bless technology. So the calving camera means I physically don't have to get out of bed to actually go out and check the cow. So you can just turn over, check the camera, and if everything is okay, you can just go back to sleep. And it just makes it easier to get back to sleep that you haven't been out in a cold night. At night time here, when I go out to calve a cow, if I'm anyway delayed at all, I just send a text inside just to say, cow calved, feeding the calf, I'll be in half an hour. So if someone hears me going out or wakes up and wonders where I am, well then they know that I'm okay, and if I'm outside for longer than I should, well then they're ready to ring or whatever. I think that's important. I mean, we all have phones in our pockets, and the important thing is, I would say, is always put the phone in your pocket, because it just means that if something does go wrong, you're ready to ring for help. You should probably always ask yourself what could go wrong here before you rush in and assist the cow. So that's something that you just have to keep in the back of your mind. And I know when people get tired to take risks, just put a bit of thought into what could potentially go wrong here, and maybe just not take that risk, because it is important that we're all get back in safe and sound from calving that cow and doing everything that we have to do outside.